was your opinion about Turks? What was it? Please give your opinion about Bosnians.
As Huzur has expressed his opinion about Turks,
Yes,
would Huzur kindly express the opinion about Bosnians as well?
Bosnians are, no. Bosnians are very difficult people to explain. There are many problems relating to the Bosnians which make the description almost impossible. All the Bosnians have remained in isolation from Islam for a very long time. The good point about them was that whatever they were, they did not consider it contrary to their being called Muslims. You see, they thought we can be Muslims and do whatever we like. And that is the evil inheritance from the past of communism. So they did not know any values of Islam when they were thrown out of their land. But one thing must go to their credit: they continue to call themselves Muslims. See, this is the best point which I noticed about the Bosnians. Whatever happened, whatever their own conduct in Islam, or conduct in daily life, they have never renounced the name Muslim. Never once. So this is the most respectable trait of their character, which makes me love the Bosnian character. But the story ends there for a while. Because of their innocence, or ignorance I should say, of the values of Islam, of the traditions, etc., whichever value was conveyed to them on a silver platter with the help of money, they accepted them. And they were not in a position to judge Islamic ideology from non-Islamic ideology, Islamic beliefs from non-Islamic beliefs, Islamic practices from non-Islamic practices. They have a too clean a sheet to be able to judge anything which they should accept or reject. At this time, because of a long training of selfishness, which is always a part of communist training, they said, why not accept money for your Islam as well? So, whichever country like Saudi Arabia offered their leaders some money, they would accept their concept of Islam, their dogmas and everything, without challenging it. Only they were offered on a silver platter along with a few dollars. So they said, why not? Now this has created extreme difficulties for the Bosnian people. Now when they want to turn to Islam, they don't know how to turn to Islam. Now they want to accept Islam, they don't know what Islam is. And anything in the name of Islam which is offered them, they accept if they have personal advantage to begin. This has stood in the way of Ahmediyya spreading the message of truth. They have no idea that for the sake of truth, you have to offer financial sacrifices. You do not have to be paid for something, paid by something, or paid something to accept the truth. It is contrary to the history of religion. Never in the history of religion will you find in the beginning that the holy prophets of the time offered money in exchange for buying the faith of the people. Exactly the opposite happened. they were required to sacrifice whatever they had for the sake of buying their faith from their own pocket. So this is a difficult thing for the Bosnians now to understand. When they become Ahmadis, they're required to pay chandas, they're required to face the wrath of the society against them. They run the risk of being ousted socially from the society. Is that right or wrong?
Not exactly, they are not that strong.
Fine? Most often,
Most often.
this is the case. And that is why Ahmadiyya finds it difficult to spread rapidly among the Bosnians in Bosnia. So they simply cannot visualize that they should accept Ahmadiyya at their personal cost, at the cost of their financial position, at the cost of their social position, at the cost of running the risk of being boycotted. They think it's too much. Why not take the easy Islam of Saudi Arabia? They forget that this has always been the case of truth. No exception. So if they want a divine truth, they'll have to go through all this. But if they do not want a divine truth, then follow anything they like with extra oil dollars from Saudi Arabia. But at the same time, I must pay tribute to the Bosnian character in the sense that many among them are awakening to this truth. Particularly, I have noticed there are many ladies among the Bosnians who really love Islam and who are ready to offer sacrifices for the sake of Islam. So when they understand the whole thing, they readily accept it and begin to offer great sacrifices for the sake of accepting the truth. So in Bosnia, the character is divided, and you have to realize the good points as well as the bad points and the circumstances under which they are working hard. So I hope in this overall assessment you will agree with me as much as Amina Chakmak agreed with my assessment of Turkish character. Correct? Good. This is what you wanted to hear from my lips, huh? I think you may continue because this is the last meeting we have before my departure. You understand?
Understand.
So you may, if you like, continue to translate it until you are finished and allow me to leave and come prepared for the next class, which is going to be the Quran class.
Fine, sir.
You will have enough time for them.
Yes.
Won't you? Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.